Bitcoin's in a range. And if it breaks out, it's going a lot higher or going a lot lower. What? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. My name is Da Vinci. I'm in the pipe 5x5 here in Dubai. Right? Just so you know, people who message me and say, hey, or message my staff and say, oh, isn't Da Vinci American? Right? And it's like, do you watch my show? Anyways, wow, we are in an interesting pickle here, right? Because right now we're in a range trade now with an upside bias. But if we break the range and break to the downside, we can end up going a lot lower. Of course, the issue is we have to go to a certain level, and we're going to talk about that level and what level is going to ensure that we're going to go to a higher level on Bitcoin. But if you want to place your bets, I think the bet should be on going higher, a lot higher from here. And so we'll talk about that and where we should place a trade if that's the case, right? And so we're going to be doing that. Now, I want you guys to look at this, right? And you're like, okay, but your last trades didn't do so well. Yes, I know. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. Fear and greed, 30, right? At 83K, 84, right? Pretty much. Let that sink in for a second. Is everybody always correct with that, right? With their fear and understanding of the market, when they're afraid, does it make sense for you to make a trade that things are going to go down or things are going to go up? Interesting. Okay, with that said, if you're interested in making a trade, head over to leverix.davincij15.com or bybit.davincij15.com or even weex.davincij15.com, which we have like an open trade that we're slowly scaling into, and I think we're going to start planning reducing, because this is a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, reducing that risk to reward ratio so that we can actually gain more money to bet on this, which will have a lower liquidation price. Because it just makes sense at this point, and we're going to figure that out shortly. Okay, with that said, right, looking at Bitcoin right here, you can see on the chart, let's just zoom in a little bit, that we bottomed at exactly at this bottom here. This I said that this was a range, right? We saw this yesterday on the chart, the tops and bottoms, and it looks like we were going to round up, and we did. We reached near the top of the range and then came back down a little bit. We were at $83,900, $84,000. There is every time I'd love for it to come back down here. Honestly, I'd love for it to just come back down here. It can't break this level. Can't break this level, right? Because that would be disastrous. That would indicate that, boom. We are breaking down. We could be breaking down. Of course, this breakdown to here means there's probably going to be a little bit of a reversal and then go higher. The odds of that happening are getting slimmer and slimmer, only because we've got a clear, what's it called, divergence, bullish divergence. We have an upward trend. We have all the things we need to accept that this is an upward bias momentum. So with that said, let's try to maximize the profits. I would really love to get this to come down here. I don't think I'm going to get it, but the odds of us breaking here and retesting and this, going FU and going higher, very high. Is starting to scream. So with that said, we need to put a buy order in in these areas. So the best place to probably do that, maybe is if we pull out a fib retracement. Let's go with right here to here. 44, 1.44, 1.6, 1.618. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, any of these numbers, right, are pretty good for us to get an entry here down in this area. So I think we can say that. And then what we can do is move our liquidation right? Below these areas here. Still a possibility that we could come down into this area. Really, we should like move our liquidation because it's like they're you know how Bitcoin is. It already did that once before, right? It comes back, breaking crazy, and then it goes straight higher. So 60K liquidation is probably the safest place to be, because there's just a stone wall of buyers in this area. So even 64 would be a liquidation price that's pretty decent. So we're gonna see. Let's do that on WeEx right now. Let's reduce our liquidation price and see if we can pull that off here. All right, so increase our liquidation price. So by doing that, we're gonna add confirm. Let's see here. Let's see what that does. Liquidation price. Does this actually change this order here? Oh, look at that. I don't think it did. Let's see here. Yeah, it did. It did. We have more, but it's not showing up. So let's just refresh because we have more cash, right? You see we have more cash. And so our liquidation price is interesting. Oh, this was crossed. Oh. Ooh, that was bad of me. That was really bad. I should have like closed this out and replaced it, but that's okay. Sorry. Well, this is really bad. So I did a cross, and that's just really bad. I should have checked that. Remember, we were trying a new exchange. I think these exchanges should really change their stuff. It should be definitely isolated as an automatic thing. It's only because I was like new exchange and I'm so used to having just it automatically been on isolated, and I think cross is only useful for degenerate gamblers, right? But yeah, for regular traders who you want to be able to protect your investments. You don't want to get wiped out on your portfolio, right? But we're gonna get wiped out on this one. So if we do, because this is a risk play here trade. I'm taking 50K to risk play this, and so what we're gonna do, right, is add to this trade as price comes down, right? And so we're gonna add to the trade, and so this is gonna move up. Right now, it's not going to move only because, well, I have a lot of cash here, so it'll eat into this cash if prices come down, right? And so as I reduce the cash, this will go up. As cash reduces, this will go up. So that's how that will go up, okay? So that's kind of weird how that is. It's because, yeah, that's right, because we did a 5X, and we've reduced it to 5X, and that means we've bet a little bit less, and so we're still 5X with the bet, but anything losses gets taken from the cash that we have in total. So that's why this calculation is done plus the cash. So as we add to the trade, this is why it's a pain in the butt cross. I swear to God, don't do it, right? Make sure the first thing you do is switch to isolation when you open up an exchange, right? Just switch to isolation every single time, right? It's only when, you can go with cross when you take a bunch of money and you go to a specific exchange, and then that money, you're okay with everything in loss, and so you're going for a big trade. That's the only useful use case for a cross, right? So there you go. With that said, we're going to add an entry at the 4.4. Well, let's just go to 1.44 at the 81,648. Let's do that. 81,648 amount. We're going to go percentage amount since we're going to go 25%. I'm going to go 50%, 25%. Yeah, so that we have room to buy more should there be that catastrophic drop. So we're going to add to this trade as we go down the rabbit hole. Okay, let's see. Let's see what happens, right? I think Bitcoin loves that. So let's just see if there's, let's use trading different. You could head over to tradingdifferent.davincej15.com. Link is also in the description below, and you can see, you can use this to help you figure out if there's liquidity there. Is there any liquidity built up in that area? Yes, there is. It's building heavy. There we go. Which there's a liquidity hole here, so everybody they'll come down, wipe these people out, and then go. There, and so it's probably just they're gonna trade we're gonna trade sideways for a while, and then we're gonna wipe out all this liquidity that's here. And you can see the liquidity ends pretty much where I'm putting my buy entry. So you could always put it a little bit higher, right? 82, something like that. But there's clear area here, so it's a easy trade because Bitcoin loves to wipe out all the liquidity before it runs. All right, let's move over to Ethereum. I think you should walk away from this trade or reduce it, right? Because it's just like there's the falling chance that this is going to break down and retest the lows here. It should have done it already, but you know what? No, leave this trade. Leave this trade. I'm going to leave it. Here's why. Right? There's evidence that this thing, although it broke and didn't go, right? Broke this upward trend, and has broken it here, and there's all kinds of like emming patterns here, right? I'm going to leave this trade. I'm sorry. This trade screams that we're going to head back down. Maybe reducing the risk to reward ratio to like right about here. But I think we should leave the trade and done. These ones I took off already. Yeah, they were already done. So yeah, we're established a clear range. Again, I like Bitcoin. I think this thing will probably go FU before it actually takes off. So a clear target would be still down here to enter on Solana. Let's just see. Let's just see if a Fibonacci level is clear on this thing. Let's go with this one. So there is a Fibonacci level here. There's other Fibonacci's down here that are close by. So I mean, yeah, it's clear that we're going to come and retest this area. Even the 17, the 117 is a possible retest before we break out. And look at that. If you look left, if we hold the line, as long as we don't break below the 108, we're good. We're golden. Right? But the only thing is, the scary thing is it could fall all the way down to the 61.8 here. So before it actually bounces and yeah. So that's a risk you take, right? All right, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.